Alright, what is good, YouTube and TikTok? Not TikTok, holy shit. I just got back from the gym. Give me a second. Hold on, let's fix that. You look good. Alright, I just got back from the gym. Sorry. I wanted to film a trade recap on today. I thought that'd be a good idea because it was a very good trade based off of the way I trade. Again, it's just the way I trade. Based off experience, I use smart money concepts. Money concepts, excuse me, and just experience over time. I'm not going to act like I'm some freaking whoop-de-doo person who made up a strategy that's probably been made up for a while now. I'm just, again, being transparent and honest with it. It's not the master futures method. It's just trading and experience, basically. If that makes sense. But I really want to go over today's trade recap. We made $2,300, but we were on our group of 5 accounts here. This is one of my biggest trades on these accounts so far. And we got these Tradeify accounts around 2-3 weeks ago. We took 2 losses on them. We were in drawdown. Then we took 1 winner, and we're back up. But we made $460 per account. Which is awesome, right? If this was on our group of 10 accounts, that would be insane. We probably would have made around 4.6K today. But we still hit a pretty good trade on this other group. This group's currently in drawdown because I have 2 groups of 10 accounts. But again, we're just going to trust the alternation of the accounts, if that makes sense. And we're just going to trust my system and let it just keep growing slowly over time and doing the right things. And I truly believe that'll naturally happen, my system. So again, proof of today's trade, we'll go over in a second. I'll put it in replay mode on the index that we took the trade on, and then we'll pretty much go from there, and hopefully that'll help you guys and girls. So I want to go over something on the higher time frame because I was talking about this literally last night, and I'm going to pull this up here just for proof. We can literally see I'm going to keep this in mind for tomorrow, and I'll show you guys what I was looking at here. I usually take out the fib tool when we're in a higher time frame range, like 4-hour, daily, or hourly, right? I use the fib to find like a support level, I guess you could say, with, again, I forget what levels it are. It's the 0.75 or 0.79. I can show that when we go over it. But again, I use the fib once in a while. I used to use it when I traded Forex. And again, I use it sometimes in my futures. But I feel like it's more for swing trading that I could use it for. So again, I saw this opportunity last night. I was confident in it. I said I'm going to keep this in my mind for tomorrow. And as you can see right here, it says tomorrow I'll be coming in with a bullish bias as of now. Want to see where price action is in the AM, especially after news at 8:30 because we had PMI. But I would like to see some sort of manipulation lower tomorrow during AM, and then see price continue higher to all-time highs again. We shall see you in the AM, right? Said that in the Discord. What I was looking at in the 4-hour time frame, and let's keep this guy over here on the 5-minute so I don't lose track. Well, let's go to the 4-hour time frame yesterday, right? Yesterday's price action, we got a pretty good move down. We came into this daily bullish for a value gap. If we look at this overall trend that we've been in, I'm not going to fix what's not broken. Does that make sense too? Because we've just been continuing higher. We could see here on Friday the 24th, we did the same thing. We came in, we filled in this daily fair value gap, and we pushed higher. I'm pretty sure I took a trade that day and took a buy position and actually ended up making money on this day. But again, I was just letting history repeat itself, right? So I scaled down to the 4-hour time frame. After seeing price action yesterday where we had CPI, I actually missed out on this down move. I paper traded it, but I usually don't trade CPI days based off my data. So again, followed our rules, followed our system. But I took out the fib, and again, I usually go from the most recent low to the most recent high, and I've been thinking of this lately too. It's just, again, my trader brain. Sometimes I just go off and just think of something, and overall, this is going to be my mindset on this, okay? So we can see that we're filling a higher time frame fair value gap, a daily fair value gap. But what do we have? This low is all the way down here, right? I'm not paying attention to this entire range. If we inverse this gap, then I will. But in my opinion, I feel like we're going to respect this daily gap because we're bullish on the 4-hour time frame, right? We broke structure yesterday. We were bearish, but we were in these 4-hour bullish fair value gaps, and we have this giant range that needs to get filled, right? If we're going to continue lower, we are probably just going to push through this completely. But as we see, we take out the fib on the time frame lower. Like again, if it's the daily, we'll go to the 4-hour. If it's the 4-hour, we're going to go to the hourly, right? And use it on the higher time frames. And I went from the most recent low to the most recent high, right? Mark out the fib. And we have the 0.791 extension, the 0.705 extension, okay? We can see we get a perfect reaction out of that. We respect this first presented 4-hour fair value gap. We're respecting this hourly gap the other day. Or no, we didn't actually. Excuse me, just the 4 hours. And it looked perfect, right? We got a giant rejection out of this. Price action started to look like it's continue higher. I was like, dude, if we look at the overall higher time frame, we should be bullish coming into the next day, right? So again, what do I want to look for? Market open. I want to look for a manipulation first, and then see if we can get an execution to the upside, right? So my mind was not short bias at all. If shorts ended up playing out, I wouldn't have traded. But we had this Asian session low down below, right? And we'll go to the hourly time frame also here on ES that you should be able to see. I hope you guys have seen that. I really hope you saw that daily fair value gap I was talking about. I really do. Hold on. Give me a second. Let's see. Let's show it again just in case, right? Should be able to see now. Daily fair value gap. Go to the 4-hour time frame. Mark out our fib level from the most recent 4-hour low. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys saw it. So again, I'm just going to redo it so you guys understand. So you've got the reaction out of our levels, right? Cool. Okay. So coming into the next day, what do I want to see? I want to see manipulation lower. What do we have down below, right? NASDAQ never broke structure to the downside on the 4-hour, right? We broke structure back to the upside in the 4-hour time frame. Look, wait for it. Broke structure back to the upside around 2 a.m. in the morning. Hourly time frame, we never broke structure to the downside, right? Never broke structure to the downside. What do I want to look for? And again, I used the fib again today. Right? On ES, we did break structure back to the downside in the hourly, but I didn't really care because we were coming into an hourly gap, which we ended up disrespecting, but we were coming into a 4-hour bullish gap down here. So I wanted to see if we could form an S&T off of Asian session lows. What happens? That's what we end up getting. I wait for our higher time frame manipulation. We end up coming down, and we'll go to the 5-minute time frame here on NASDAQ. And again, I'm going to take out my fib levels too. Look, we're looking at overall 4-hour range, right? 4-hour fair value gaps. What do I scale down to? Hourly time frame below. What do I look for? Take out my fib level, go from the hourly most recent low to the most recent high. Look at this, dude. Just look at this. If we're gonna come take out Asian session lows, we're gonna. But look on the hourly time frame. We come down, we come into our level, right? We form a 5-minute S&T. We literally form a 5-minute S&T, right? NASDAQ comes up, doesn't take out Asian session low. Yes, it took out Asian session low. Excuse me, I just paused there for a second. We're reacting off of our level of the fib, right? You're using this as a support level. Look at that. Look at that wick. It's just not a coincidence, right? So what do? I'm focused on the 5-minute time frame. What's the leading index to the upside? NASDAQ. All right, sweet. What do I wait for? Our 5-minute break of structure. Do we get it here? No. Do we get it here on ES? Boom. We get a break of structure to the upside, right? I'm so confident in this trade. I was scaled down to the 1-minute time frame once I saw we broke structure to the upside in the 5-minute, and we formed a 5-minute SMT. Usually I wait for price to break structure on the 5-minute time frame for extra confirmation. But today I front run this trade for a little bit, but we ended up adding position size, and I'll show you why. So we wait for that break of structure, right? So we form that 5-minute SMT. We get that break of structure at 10:10. What time is this? We break structure at 10:10. We form that 5-minute SMT. We break structure around 10:10. So look, we form that 5-minute SMT. I scale down to the 1-minute time frame. Right? On NASDAQ, after forming that 5-minute SMT, we're going to get that break of structure. You'll see. You'll see. Right? We're coming in. What do we do? I mark out equilibrium. From this low to this high right here. We come into equilibrium. We have a bearish gap right here. 1-minute bearish. What do I wait for? 1 minute. 1-minute bearish. 1-minute bearish NQ. What do I wait for? Wait for confirmation. Wait, did 10:10 happen yet? It's not 10:10 yet. It's just 10 a.m. Hold on one second. We get a manipulation here. Yeah, I'm waiting yet. I'm still waiting here. We didn't break structure to the upside. We broke structure on the upside around 10:10. Let's go to 10:10. Here we go. We're approaching 10:10. Okay, we break structure to the upside on ES, right? We can see right here, 10:10. I'm on the 1-minute time frame here. What do I look for? I see we consolidate here for a little bit. We're still in this range, right? But I want to see price break structure back to the upside and get our extra confirmation because we still didn't break structure to the upside on the 5-minute time frame. What do we get? We get a 1-minute break of structure. Break of structure. What do we form? A 1-minute bullish fair value gap. Right here, 1-minute bullish fair value gap. What do I wait for? I wait for that fair value gap to get filled because again, we still didn't break structure on the 5-minute time frame. Look, we'll see. Still didn't break structure. It's all the way up here. This is where we have to break structure to the upside. So again, I usually want both of them to break structure. Boom. We get a bullish candle closure out of this and also equilibrium. Right here. Bang. Look at that. That was my entry. I got in a little bit around here. A little bit higher, around like 79. But that was my entry. But I put my stop loss below this low. which equaled to 73 points. That's why I went in one position size. Because again, 73 points times 1 micro, that's a lot, guys. Just for my risk right now. 73 times 2, 73 times 2, it's $146 risk per account times 2. It would have been $292 per account. I wanted to wait for my extra confirmation to get into taking risk like that. Again, I was on my 100K accounts, but still, I just want to focus on execution, not making a lot of money, right? That is my entry, right? I put my stop low this low because I thought we had the potential to maybe come down, sweep out this low, because everybody's probably putting their stop loss here. I wanted it below this low, right? Which I'm pretty sure was the most recent 5-minute low, right? So we let price play out, blah, 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 boom, we're doing great, I had my first take profit in this hourly gap right up here that we could see, right? This is a potential reversal area. So I'm waiting for my extra confirmation, right? We end up getting what? That 5-minute break of structure. This would be where I would normally enter my trade if I was going to take this trade. So again, what am I going to do? Wait for that extra confirmation and enter another position size because I only entered half right now in the risk I'm comfortable with. So my mindset coming in here also, and sorry if I'm speaking fast, was that I would take my first take profit here if that 1 micro ran here, right? And that would be it, and I would watch the trade manually run. I originally wanted this 15-minute high because, again, this was 221 points. That is a lot. It's my biggest trade I've ever taken. 200 points is the biggest trade I've ever taken. Still pretty crazy, in my opinion. But again, if I was just in 1 micro and price just wanted to continue higher and we didn't get a retrace into this 15-minute gap we end up forming down here, you'll see. I'm pretty sure it was actually a 5-minute gap. We end up forming this 5-minute. We didn't form the 15-minute yet. Let's put this to a 5-minute so we can understand why we're going to take this second entry. But if price decided to continue higher and take that out, I would have taken my full take profit here because this still would have been 124 points, which is plenty. But again, if we get that extra confirmation, and you'll see me in the live session talking about if we would come back down into here, I'll enter another position, first take profit, and then final take profit will be up here with 2 micros, correct? So again, I'm scaled down to the 1-minute time frame as of now. And what I'm looking for is a retrace into that 5-minute fair value gap. We end up coming down and we end up getting a giant move back up, right? We come into this 5-minute bullish fair value gap. What time is this around? 10:34. So let's go to 10:34 on the 1-minute time frame over here on ES. 10:34. I'm pretty sure we formed an SMT, so 10:18. 10:18, what time is this? 10:27. 10:27, no, we didn't right there. We ended up breaking structure back to the upside right here. Let me see, I'll find my entry, hold on. We broke structure back to the upside. That wasn't my entry yet. I want a little bit extra confirmation. Yeah, look, this is what we do. All right, here we go. Yep, we end up coming back down. We never break structure back to the downside. Here's 10:32, where's 10:32? 10:32, we end up sweeping that low. We end up coming back up. We end up seeing that we form a bearish 1-minute gap. 1-minute bearish gap, hold on. So in my mind, once we disrespect this 1-minute bearish gap, we didn't break structure to the downside. I marked out equilibrium also again on this trade from this low to this high. And then we could see we end up coming back up and boom, getting another inverse. While respecting equilibrium, never breaking structure back to the downside, sweeping out these lows in a 5-minute fair value gap. It looks like overall bullish market structure is being respected. This is my second entry. So I ended up getting my second entry here, putting my stop loss to break even on this entry. And then this was my stop loss on the second trade, which is 76 points. Okay, that's why I didn't enter 2 more because again, it moved my break even level to somewhere like below this low. It moved it up a little bit higher. But again, the stop loss on this trade was 76 points. So again, it would have been around a $210 loss or something like that. So again, first take profit was here on the first entry, and then I let this last run on the second trade run to 128 points with this entry here. But first entry, price ran to 201 points for 1 to 2.7. This trade ran for a 1 to 6.7 based off of this entry here. So we could see that was my second entry. We'll X that out here, and we can just see the overall trade starts to play out. I end up manually taking this take profit. I had it at the 50% level, the hourly fair value gap, but I ended up manually taking it because we were at around 127 points. I was like, dude, it's either this trade's going to run or we're going to start to disrespect this level right here because we are in an hourly bearish fair value gap. If price wants to retrace down here, it will. And we had a 15-minute gap down below, which is now where this ended up forming. That's why I had it marked out. 15-minute bullish NQ. We could see price if it wants to. If it wanted to come into this hourly gap, come back into this 15-minute, and then continue higher. Price could do that if it wanted to. So that's why I secured a partial, right? And I just let the trade overall run. I did get a little emotional here because I was just seeing how much we were up, 165 points. But this is a 5-minute high. Both indexes ended up coming to take that out, respecting this 5-minute / 15-minute gap again that we had right here, right? So I was seeing if this ended up getting inversed, I would have been stopped at a break even. I had my entire trade at break even here. But this was a 15-minute bullish gap right here on NQ. That ends up being respected. I'm like, sweet, man. I want to target this 15-minute high because that's enough for me. But again, price ended up just pumping up even higher, and I ended up taking profit right at this high before this move ended up happening. And as you can see, price ended up actually playing out. Again, London session would have been 264 points, but dude, I held this trade for 200 points. That is the biggest trade I've ever taken. It's the most amount of money I made per account on these groups. Just based off my risk to reward, right? And again, I've been working on slowly, consistently growing over a long period of time. Excuse me. And I'm just focusing on letting my trades run, do the right things, be consistent, show up every day, and follow my overall system. And I think I did really well with that today. I was tweaking out a little bit up here because we were in this hourly gap, and I didn't want to get stopped out at break even. But I let it run another, let's say, like right here. I let it run another 105 points, dude. This was a 2-hour trade. I think I did a great job with my risk to reward. It was past a 1 to 2. The first take profit was literally almost a 1 to 2. But our second take profit was a 1 to 2.7. Dude, that's good enough for me. I manually took my take profit there. It was already 11:40 in the afternoon. We were in the trade for 2 hours. It's the longest trade I've ever held. We completely held it. We held it more than a 1 to 2. And my rules say we want to target 1 to 2s. So again, I don't think I took this profit based off of emotion. I could have let it run a little bit higher, but in my opinion, if it would have ran to that high from where we took our profit, it would have been an extra 19 points, which would have been an extra 19 times 2. Would have been an extra $38 per account instead of getting stopped out at break even and losing $200 more profit. So in my opinion, I took it. I don't regret it. I think we did great today. We followed our system. We followed our rules. We followed our risk. And we're just going to keep slowly, consistently growing over a long period of time. And I truly believe that is going to freaking pay off. Like, I really do. And it's going to be fun to go back and watch these videos with me just talking about this and seeing it actually be accomplished. Because again, I truly believe we're getting better and better and better each day. Each downfall, each time we've been in drawdown, every time we've blown an account, live account, funded account. It's just building me into the trader I am meant to be in the future, in my opinion. And again, we all have different journeys. Some people are going to do it quicker. Some people it's going to take longer. Some people might not do it at all. Some people might. But again, this shit, it requires a lot of work. And it's very mentally challenging sometimes. But in my opinion, it's cool to see all the work you put in the studying and the back testing, the forward testing, and watching yourself trade live and journaling and dealing with drawdown and all that stuff. It's fun to see trades play out like this because it shows you the work that you've been putting in is actually paying off. We got to remember another loss is going to come in the future. Tomorrow's a new day. It's part of trading. Losses are going to come. But again, I want to focus on just trusting my system and let time do its thing. Let my strategy do its thing. Let statistics and probability and the math do its thing, and that money will come in the future. And we'll just, again, I'm taking my time. I think that's the best approach that I could take in this after learning what I've learned over the past 6-7 years, especially the past 3 years, right? I don't want to rush the process. I just want to become a really good trader, and the money will come on top of that. So again, hopefully this freaking video shows you some stuff that's how I trade, right? Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully you understand something, why I took this trade. Some things you could have done better today if you did trade today. Again, just learn and growing every single day. And watching videos like this for the people who are watching are going to help you get better. When you see somebody who's actually transparent going through their journey, showing you mistakes, showing you what they're learning, showing you their overall mindset. Our mindsets are going to be different, and other things are going to work for you that don't work for me, and things are going to work for me that don't work for you. You got to keep that in mind. Everybody's on their own journey, and it's a long, grueling journey. But again, the main goal at the end of the day is we want to become good traders, do the right things, have a system, and trust in who we are as traders, not somebody else, and rely on somebody else to get us there, right? It's up to you at the end of the day to put in the work, to backtest, to study, to understand why people are taking trades. Deep dive into other people trading live. That's why I post my live sessions. Watch live data. Watch someone trade live. Watch how they manage trades. Watch their emotions. Watch where they put their stop loss. Watch where they put their take profits, their partials. all that stuff comes with time, journaling, experience, watching yourself doing it, and that's just how I just truly believe you get better. So again, hopefully you guys learned something in this. Again, I'm posting this to be transparent. I'm gonna go back and look back at this in the future too, to get better, and that's why I post it anyway. Why not post it and help other people also? You know. All right, I could talk all day on this. It's already a 20-minute video. Peace out. Have a great day. We'll see what tomorrow brings. All right.